song. It's called "Stuck in My Own Ways." They talk about I'm a D boy and shit.
Hey y'all, it's late, so I might be talking to myself. It's so late, but I'm listening to Ray J's live right about now. Hey Montana, you up this late? I know it's super late, but I have my grandson, so I do what I gotta do. Oh, did he end it? Okay. All right, let me put this link down. So Montana, you've been following. Did you follow the trial today? Did you get any information? Yes, I'm a grandma. He's one. He just turned one, and she just turned 7 months today. Got two grandkids. And I'm a grandma, and I love it. I just got him sleep. So, did you did you follow the trial today? Hey Harlem, I thought it was gonna be too late for you. I was telling him I got my grandson tonight, so he's a busybody. Oh, so I finally, after I gave him a bath, he went on to sleep. So, yay, my husband's turn. He beat you here again, girl. The funeral is tomorrow. Okay. Um, Mom was somewhere else. My brother from. Oh my gosh, I'll be thinking about you for sure. For sure. It's not easy. Not easy. And I understand. Dang. But I'm glad, you came and just kind of relaxed your mind and maybe have some fun tonight and just go face it tomorrow. But we'll be praying for you. So, you guys, it's been a lot. And at this point, Ray J is live as we speak. So I'm kind of watching him to see what he's going to say. He's playing his video right now. So I kind of turned it down. It sounds good though. Oh, wow. That was nice. That was nice. 16 years is a long time. And I hate, like whenever it's a funeral that brings us, back together. And that's usually what happens, like we all come together, for this purpose. But I'm glad you got to talk to him. Hey Harlem.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Sorry so late.
Oh no, you're fine. I'll be up.
Okay. All right. I was like, I might be talking to myself, but I'm going live still. Let me see what he
Yeah,
said.
I had messaged Montana and then I messaged my girlfriend Alberta, but I
Uh-huh.
think she's asleep.
Oh, she probably sleep. That's okay. She'll catch us tomorrow.
Yeah.
So what I found and what I think I'm finding is that if I go earlier, more people come in. So I'm going to try to see how that works and go earlier. I'm trying him to get his videos off of there and start talking. Ray J's live right now, so I'm stalking him. That's my homeboy.
Oh, he's
on,
live. Where's he? Where he's live at?
on YouTube. So I got him live on my phone.
Okay. Yeah, because I think he was addressing some things.
Yep, he just went live too. So I want to know what he's talking about. So anyway, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. Um, so Jane, I want to just start with Jane, and she said a lot today. She said a lot today, but I don't know that I still don't know that it did anything. But I haven't listened to Simone today, and I want to know kind of what she's thinking. Have you heard from her today?
Um, I heard her earlier when it was a break at the court. She
So was it
came out and
lunch?
spoke for a little while, but I didn't hear her I didn't listen to her this evening.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was busy, but anyway, I don't know, and only for what it's worth, what I have. She did say a lot. Like we got to hear about Brandon, the alleged rug whatever. I can't get it out. But Brandon, the rug mogul, whatever he is, the rug mule. His name came up, and just like we all thought that he was mentioned as whenever. So the lawyer at the prosecution asked, was at any time of the hotel dates or the hotel nights that you guys ran out of rugs? And she said yes. And she said, who would you call? And she said, we would either call his assistants or we would call his security. And so they was like, what assistants would you call? Like, name them. And Brandon was the first name she named. And so as when Diddy's homes were being raided, he was getting ready to get on a plane and go on spring break with his twins, and Brandon happened to be with him, and they found the rugs on Brandon. And so Brandon is the one that went to jail. But we haven't heard from Brandon since then. And when he went to jail, I feel like I remember him taking a plea of some kind of deal, and he got out of jail, and then you hear no more from him. But he was mentioned today, and since he was mentioned and talked about a lot, do you feel like he will testify or no?
I don't know if he would testify. I mean, as far as the drug distribution, if that's something that they going after, but I don't remember if that was a charge.
Yeah, I don't think it is. And so everybody I know can't be, a witness, but I just feel like, I don't know, you never know. It's always a surprise. And so I thought that his stipulation though was that he couldn't be around Puff anymore. Whatever deal he got. So I don't know, but his name came up. And then Muhammad, what's his name? Rashid
Fahid Muhammad.
Fahid Muhammad came up, and we all know, and I posted about him earlier, that he was affiliated with Michael Jackson, and we know what happened on Michael Jackson's time, right? When he passed away. And they asked him, there's like, and then as far as his security, where would you get the rugs if you ran out? And he said he would just call his security, and one was Fahid Muhammad. And he would bring it over, and he said it, and also he's the connection to police officers, to law enforcement, and that's how Puff probably that was Puff's connection to law enforcement. And so my speculation is that whatever alleged crimes he committed, dang, Ray J just went off. He didn't say much. Whatever crimes he committed, Muhammad would get him would take care of it for him. And so that just kind of opened the eye to that situation where we're like, dang, how did he get away with these crimes? How did he get away with so much, And so that just answers for the fingerprints as well. They got rid of the fingerprint card from being in Kid Cudi's home. And so could that be allegedly that connection is somebody that called the officer and said, call over to the fire department and fire marshals and tell them to discard the fingerprints. And it happened. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who else? So she got into, so Jane, like, let's just talk about Jane. She is someone that, you know, she was wanting to be. We're finding out as the more she testified, especially this afternoon, how she got to the point where she just wanted a relationship with him. She wanted just to be with him. She didn't want to do the hotel nights. She didn't want to do all that. And what was really jacked up about this, all of it's jacked up, right? But what's really jacked up is that she said that on her birthday, he made her have a hotel night. So she did it because she wanted to be in the presence with him, but she wanted just to be with him. But he made her do a hotel night for hours, or like it was 3 men that night. And then only to find that his next girl, who we all know is, she see that he's celebrating her party, you know, and giving her, buying her cars, and they living it up, right? So then she talks to him about it, and this man says, "You got your gift. She don't. Everybody's different. Like, it's her birthday now, so she's getting. This is her celebration. You got your celebration. Like, you took the hotel night, and that was your celebration. And then only to look on Instagram, and this is what I'm like. It's so many times I would have been done with him if I was her, regardless. But then she said later after that, you know, after she was like, we just need a break or whatever. He's like, first he got an attitude. Like, okay, so he would see her crying. He's like, I know what you crying for? Like, it would offended him that she was crying. But then he call her and was like, I love you, I want to spend time with you. She fell for it. He finally took her to she was trying to go to Keiko's?
Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, she was trying to go over there. She had been asking him to go. He finally takes her over there, and she was all excited about it, only to find some man named Paul, I believe, was over there that he made her have a hotel night with. So she was like, all right, whatever, have a hotel night. As long as I'm with you, I'm here in Kirks and Caicos with you. She said a lot of times she was hurting, you know, her private parts were hurting, and he would just like give her rugs or like give her, oil her up to make, you know, so she could do that. She said she started feeling like, you know, like she wasn't worth anything, like that's all he wanted her for. And it was obvious that that's all he wanted her for. If you think about it, like, I don't, through her whole testimony, I didn't hear him say, I didn't hear it ever being like a relationship, like from the beginning. Because he said, you know, he kind of said off top who he is, what he liked, that he had multiple girls. So, but like I said, women are emotional, and the more time you spend with a woman, the more time they're going to start, you know, getting feelings for you, and more easy than a man would, I think. And he was spending time with her, a lot of time, but she was doing everything to please him, Like the very first one, she was like, okay, this is a one-off, but then it just got worse and worse. She so I'm just wondering, like, she was breaking down on the stand a lot, breaking down, crying, breaking down. And I guess it was just this young lady was someone that was with him recently, right? This ain't no 10 years ago thing. This ain't something I have to think about to remember. She 23 in 2023 was the last time before he went to jail that she was with him. And so and he's currently, according to the court records, that someone had already gotten, like, really quick, but they read it, and he was still paying her rent as of today, the house that she's living in today. So I don't know. I just feel, I mean, he did her really bad, she talked about. I never heard her say that he physically was physical violent with her. So, what are your thoughts? I'll let you talk, Harlem.
Yeah, it seems like her relationship with him was the same as Cassie's was. Because Cassie thought that they were in an actual relationship. They were boyfriend, girlfriend, but it was the same thing as with Jane.
Yep.
And Jane is I gotta look and see if I could find out who Jane is because I would like to know how old she is
Yeah.
because I just don't understand her mindset
Yeah. I don't know.
because
Go ahead.
you know it was said that I think they said something about her friend was doing OnlyFans or she was doing OnlyFans, and she could make money from that because the friend I think was making thousands or millions, and you subject yourself to Puff's shenanigans
Right.
for $10,000. That's just to cover your rent.
That's just the rent. And he told her no, she couldn't do it. See, I think I heard today that her friend was with Puff before her. And then
Yeah,
she ended up with him behind her friend's back somehow. She ended up with her, but yeah, like all he was giving her was enough to pay the rent because the rent was $10,000. And I think when they was trying to negotiate her allowance, that's why she said 15,000 because each month she would have $5,000 extra, to pay. So I'm still wondering if you have $10,000 and that's what your rent is. What about your utilities? Like, what other money does she have? Oh, she's getting child support.
she's getting child support. She was getting $7,000 in child support.
Yeah, so she still had that. So she would have $5,000 to do whatever, after she took the seven and paid her utilities. He's paying the $10,000 rent. Like maybe she wanted, to go have some money in her pocket left, right? I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because
But
I just don't understand her mindset because the average mother out here, the average mother is not even getting child support. She's getting $7,000.
yes.
So you wanted this lavish luxury life. You could have took part of that 7,000 and got your apartment or something to rent and got a job.
A real nice townhome, condominium less than that, something nice. It didn't have to be just anything, but $10,000 just to say you have a nice house and now you can't pay for it. Like and for me, like as a single mom, I was a single mom. I was a hustler. Like I worked, I had like side job on the side, like I was not going to rely on somebody that could do that, say, well, if you don't do this, then I ain't paying your rent. And then me and my kid out. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Right.
No, I'm going to make sure. And so I don't know. I think she was just wrapped up. Last night I said, I don't think she was in love with him. I thought she was in love with hi, Willie Frazier, you back. Uh, 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 uh. I don't know who Jane is. I don't know at this point. And I'm not trying to find out at this point. Because listen, you heard what they said in court today about that, right? Did you hear? You
Yeah.
heard
Yeah,
that
they're
they're
watching
watching,
the streams.
they watching streams and they are going to go harder than just saying get out the courtroom. It's going to be charges. And I said earlier, I was like, if people don't stop, they're going to kick the YouTubers out. Like y'all, they're going to have to go. They're not going to be able to go to court inside the court if it doesn't stop. But hi, Willie. Thank you for being here. Hello, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. Come on in, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, you can subscribe. But anyway, back to where did we leave off? That kind of threw me off. We were talking about her, the way she was thinking, right, about things and how she was maneuvering, and that, just don't Because me, I would have took the $10,000. I would have found not something for $10,000 if, just because on the strength of he could leave at any moment or change his mind at any moment about paying the rent, which he has. Find you something affordable. You got $7,000. Find you a month coming for sure. That's coming. Get you, and what I probably would have did. Not me, but if she was thinking about that OnlyFans, is that right? OnlyFans page?
Yeah.
I would have did it. Like I would have did it. Like how? But shoot, he be finding stuff out? Because I'm thinking I would have did it behind his back and been putting that money up. But girl, the way he find out stuff, he can send you a list of places you been and you don't know where he at. Like how you know that? How you know where we been? Every place I've been today. So I think that maybe she was afraid even after he said no. Like I wouldn't even ask him. I just would have did it. But because she was in love with him, she was trying to please him. She was trying to do, what he wanted, whatever pleased him. Then he said no, and that's what she went with. And she's hurt.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. She's hurt right now. Like she's crying. They said, Armand said she was crying every 5 seconds, every 10 minutes, she was crying. But she was reliving everything. And she was she was sitting there, she beating herself up. Like she said she felt nasty. She felt like she just felt horrible, but she never would say what we needed her to say, in order to get to this RICO charge, I think. Anybody, the link is in the link again is in the chat if anybody wants to come up and talk and join in on the discussion, or you can stay in the actual
So I was listening to this guy on another channel that I be listening to sometimes, and he was saying that the coercion is the fact that he had her doing those hotel parties and was threatening not paying her rent, holding the rent money. But I don't know if I see the coercion as that. Is that coercion?
I don't know. Like, so just like I was thinking about the coercion with when he would what did Mia say? It was something Mia said that I thought was coercion. And they was like, well, no, that doesn't get you there. For whatever reason. So I don't know. I just don't know what definition they're using for that, which makes it hard. So then you listen to these lawyers and you listen to other people, and some say yes and some are saying no, we can't get there like that. So I don't know, legally, I don't know if we're there yet. But people,
well, go ahead.
Some people tend to feel like it is definitely there. And some people like, no, we still ain't there. Like she did not help the prosecution whatsoever. She did not help. And then other people was like, today she killed it. Even though, she was this or she was that, she killed it. Willie said the prosecution is thirsty to look him up. Say that again. The prosecution is thirsty to look him up. Say it. Tell us. Say it again.
I think he's saying that the prosecution is thirsty to lock him up.
Oh.
I don't think he meant to put the 4, maybe.
Yeah, to lock him up. Okay. So tell me why, Willie. Come up on stage, Willie. Come tell me why. I don't think that. I think they want to lock him up now that they got him because they put this whole show on, right? They went and raided his houses. They went and raided the hotel he was in and took him in. So now I think that they are in that in that aspect, because now we don't went there and we done made this a big deal. We gotta lock him up for something. But I think in the beginning, just for the things that they're trying to prove, that they could have proved it if they would have did it the right way. Diddy, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I feel like he's done a lot, but I also feel like what we want to do is get to justice. So lock him up for the things that he really did, if he did it. And if he don't, the things that he did not actually do, you can't prosecute a man for that, right? Only the real justice is to only prosecute the man for the things that he's actually done, that you can prove beyond a reasonable doubt. And that's where we are. I know they are to find something. Yeah, I think now, I think the prosecution, Willie, to your chat, is that the way things have been going with these last two witnesses, these last two testimonies with Mia and now with Jane, I think they're like, man, we got to figure this out. But then again, they're saying, okay, and they're saying that Jane is the last victim, right, to testify, but they got some bombshell witnesses that are going to come, that just don't give up now, because we still got something to come that's going to blow everybody's mind. I'm still waiting on that. I'm still waiting on it. Yeah. We're talking about it, but I'm still waiting on it. And the only thing for me, and y'all probably know what I'm about to say, is the bombshell's going to be who? KK for me.
KK.
That's what's going to be the bombshell. And I don't mean the bombshell to be the co-conspirator, because, I mean, we thinking that she possibly is. I mean, they kind of said that in court. I'm talking about if the bombshell for me is going to be that she comes and plead the fifth, they give her immunity, and she comes and testifies for the prosecution. That's the bombshell. Because guess who? Don't nobody know other than some security guards like KK knows. That's what I believe. I believe that to my heart. KK knows. You saw Diddy, you saw KK. Just like Jane testified and said, when they went to Turks and Caicos, there was KK, a barber came, his bodyguard, and somebody else. Was it Brandon? Somebody else. And they stayed there 9 days. Everywhere Diddy go, you would see KK. Everywhere Diddy is, you better believe that KK was not far away.
Right.
And she was making it happen. She was making the phone calls. She was setting the things up. Everybody, I need y'all to know, this is my opinion. I'm just putting this together. She put in the phone calls to get Paul prepared for them, that they was coming to Turks and Caicos. Jane said they would have the room set up with towels everywhere, so the oil would. So he learned over the years that he's gonna have to protect this furniture and stuff, because he's had to pay so much for messing up rooms before. She said there were towels down, so they would. And so but here's the messed up part. And his lawyers will tear that tail up. Here's the messed up part. After it came out that this was starting to surface on him, he couldn't go to hotels no more. Like, he wasn't going to hotels no more, right? They would go to her place. He wouldn't send the cleaners or the assistants or whoever he was sending the hotels to clean up. She was left to clean up blood and oil and everything in her own place. Because if she didn't clean it up, it wasn't getting cleaned up. So she was left to clean it up.
Right.
He said to look him up. I know they are thirsty to find something. Yeah, for the visitors, for the violence to Cassie, and his lawyers will tear that. Okay. I was just making sure I was caught up. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stop squinting. That's what's first. At the end of the day, it don't matter. That's where we are. Because the lead prosecutors, Trump don't. What Mark Garagos?
No, the prosecutor is
the prosecutor. Yeah, who's her dad? Oh,
Comey.
who?
Comey, is it?
Comey.
What was his name? I think it
Yes.
was Comey.
Yeah, because they said it was two, one on the prosecution and one on the defense that had fathers power that were powerhouse lawyers. And I can't remember her name. They said it so many times. But yeah, so listen, and also to that, Donald Trump don't care. Like if he want to do something, he gonna do it anyway. So I feel like you can find him guilty all you
Yeah,
want.
James Comey, he said.
James
Hmm.
Comey. That's it right there. You can find him guilty all you want, Willie. I agree with you on that. Because if Donald Trump wants to pardon him, he's going to pardon him. If he feel like it, he gonna do it just because. And it could be just because of that reason. But and I don't even know that 50 could persuade Donald not to do it just because of the relationship with Comey, right? And that's just to get back at him. So I believe I'm gonna say this: I won't be shocked if there's a pardon to come after this. He'll let the trial go on. They'll go and approach him with the information that to be pardoned. He'll look over the information and find. He said if he finds that Sean Combs was done wrong, if justice was not served correctly, he will give him a pardon. He would consider it. So anyway, he also talked about right. He said yesterday if Sean Combs continues to look at the jurors and nod his head and interact with them, that he would be kicked out. They said that during James' testimony, like it had got redundant. People were checked out to the point where somebody had said rejection and they were able to ask 2 or 3 more questions. The judge was like, oh, wait a minute. Did somebody say rejection? Even it feels like the judge was checked out at that time. And so they said, and during that time, Diddy was like shaking his head at Jane, or maybe not at him, but just at the things she was saying. And I was like, you still shaking your head and being animated, and he told you not to do that? That's bold. That's bold. They said the jurors wouldn't even look his way today. Like they didn't even look at Puff today. It's getting
Yeah,
crazy.
because he still think that he's still Puff. He gonna do what he want to do.
Just like we said last night, Puff gonna be Puff. Now, if he want to shake his head, he gonna shake his head. Do what you gonna do? Like, who gonna check me? Plus, Kanye want Trump to pardon. Oh, Kanye wants Diddy to be pardoned. So is Kanye and Trump, do they have a relationship? Like, are they friends like that? Montana, you
They
still here
did.
with us?
They did at one point.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
know now, but
Okay.
they did at one point.
Yeah, he's okay. It's crazy. So anyway, what about Ray J, y'all? So Ray J came out today, and I'm really curious to his comments, right? He said that F it, your money, your hush money don't matter no more to me. He said, I'm going in one last time. I don't care. Send whoever you're gonna send. I don't care. I'm about to go there. I'm about to tell it. I'm like, who is he talking to, Harlem? What hush money?
I
What are
don't
you talking about?
know.
Like he didn't fill me on he didn't fill me in on this one. I'm like, Ray, what you talking about? What you talking about, bro? What's your thoughts around it? I don't know.
So you know who got him to come out and say something?
Tell me. You
Did you
tell.
see? Did you see the clip? Emily and Denat were talking outside
Yes. But
about his name being brought up, and Denat started saying, Well, we still wondering about Whitney Houston, what happened with Whitney
Yes,
Houston.
yes,
And that's when Ray J came out.
yes.
He had all of this to say.
Yes, and I was thinking, when I read it, I was like, did he say Donat's name? Because Donat just was saying it. He said that about Whitney. He was like, really? I unalive Whitney for real? Like y'all saying that? He said, and F it. He said, I'm telling it. I don't need no hush money. I'm telling all. But I want to know, what hush money is he talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. And like he has said before that I really think that Ray J needs to get evaluated, because he has said before that he was covering for people or whatever. People were coming to him with information or
He said that
something.
earlier on.
Yeah,
So
I
you
don't
know what my
know.
thought was? Because he got into it with Puff's boys, right? Has Puff paid him? Because all of a sudden he was pro Puff. He was like, let this man go. It's crazy. Is he paying him, or is it somebody else?
Yeah, because the person that brought his name out was Puff's lawyer, was the defense. They were the ones that said Ray J. So what is that all about?
Ooh, I'm so curious. I don't know. I'm gonna be digging and watching. But did you see what Sherry said? So Sherry, hi Sherry Ashley, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. She said, hey, did you see where TMZ made a video releasing the audio played in court today? I did not. You guys don't forget, I wish y'all would come on stage and talk to. Okay, so I'm ready to Google it and see if I can find it. So it was the audio played in actual court today, right? With TMZ. Let me see if we can find it. Let me see what I come up with. During the Diddy trial, a trial of Diddy, audio evidence was played by TMZ. TMZ is entertainment. Okay, well, where is it? Oh, okay. So can I play
You
it
found
here?
it?
Yep, I think I found it. A save, because I want to play it. Come on, so we can play it. Okay. Send it to my email. I want us to be able to see it. Okay, there we go. Let's see.
I think you put it in the chat.
Dang, I don't think I can't. I'm trying to see where I can save it. Can y'all hear it?
Mm-mm.
You can't hear it? You can't hear it? Can y'all hear this? Let me know. All right, let me try something else because I don't think y'all can hear. Willie, I wouldn't doubt that he probably is. I wouldn't doubt it. But I mean, if when you look at TMZ, you see a lot of colorful faces though. But that doesn't mean that, that don't mean nothing. Maybe he is. But I'm trying to see if I can get this to load. Why y'all not talking to me? Are y'all here? All right, let me see if this works. Okay. Can you hear me?
I hear you, but I don't hear the
Okay, let's try it again. We're gonna try to bring it in.
Okay.
But we know we can only like listen, stop, listen, because TMZ will get us.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can bring it in. Add from desktop. It won't even do it. How are people bringing theirs in? Okay, I think I got it. It wouldn't let me do it.
You on your laptop?
Yeah, I'm on my laptop.
Because maybe you could see if you could do it from your phone and just turn the volume up.
I'm gonna do it from my iPad and see if we can do it that way.
Yeah, just turn the volume up, maybe.
Okay. Willie said, what did Willie say? They didn't have the same energy for the white celebrity being accused of. Are we talking about Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's talking about TMZ.
Yeah. Okay. So here, this may work. Let me turn up my volume.
Experience that reflects the world in which they live. This LMS.
So we just got this new audio from the Diddy trial. It is pretty explosive.
Can y'all hear it?
It is audio of a voicemail
Yes.
Diddy left to the Jane Doe who's been testifying in this trial for the last couple days. And he sounds really annoyed. He's talking responses, I got a busy life. I can't be dealing with your silent treatment, and we got to keep it moving. He says, you need to get back on your job. This sounds like a reference to her job being to continue to engage in all these freak offs with him, and he sounds really pissed off.
Hey, I really don't know what's going on with you, but I just want to just give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me? I'm not going to be playing these games with you at all, at all. So I don't know. You think you silent treating me, and you think I'm gonna be You'll have a rude awakening. You'll just have silence, and ain't nobody threatening you. And I ain't trying to go back and forth with no woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I ain't got no time for no motherfucking games. Where my life is at right now, I don't have no time for no games, baby girl. Me and you could be mad. I can have a spat. We can have whatever. Then after that, you better get on your job. That's really that's all it is. Cause you got me on my job. Nah, it ain't never gonna work like that over here. You know what I'm saying? I was trying not to leave this message, but you have left me no choice. So either you go in the direction of like moving on and shit like that, or you like just like have me just keep moving. Ain't no threat. I'm just being clear. I can't do the shit with you every time you get upset.
You've never seen a pillow like this. And there you have it. Thank you, Harlan, for putting that in there.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it. Pretty much what she said.
Mm-hmm.
So she said that she talked about like she got upset and she was like, we need a break. We need to take a break. I can't do this with you. And I guess obviously she just went quiet, and he was like, that's what he said. And I think like for this one, because she's the most recent, like even up to today's date, he learned, because he was already going through this. I think, all this was coming out towards the end of right before he went to jail. And so he was like, I'm not going to be arguing with you. I'm not threatening you. None of that. He made sure he said that. But and then after that, she contacted him. She contacted him back.
Yeah.
Where they get that video? So, it was played in court today.
Yeah. I think some of the stuff that they released, they released it out to the public as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess he learned from dealing with Cassie, all of the physical stuff, and I guess he moved on from that.
Yeah.
And it still became verbally abusive, emotionally abusive. It's still abuse.
And he was still, and then he like playing with him, like, you do what I say, what I want, or else I'm not doing what I've been doing for you. Only reason I'm doing that is because he was like, he won't, where's my freak at? She was just his freak, like, where's my freak at? I need to see my freak today. And she was like, look, like that's when she, she finally realized this is all this man wanted me to do, for me just to get some time with him. And she said, and even on her birthday at Kirkson's K or whatever that is, she still had to be with another man.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Not just one, wasn't it 2 or 3?
It was 3. And they said, so basically they would have the hotel, we'll call it the hotel night. Then him and her would be intimate. Then she'd get cleaned up and wait for the next one to come. The same thing. Then him and her would do it, and they would get cleaned up, and then the next one would come. Can you imagine? I can't imagine. I'm sorry. It just ain't enough money for that.
That's why I say $10,000 wasn't enough
It
for
just ain't
all of
enough.
that.
No.
And this wasn't like a once in a blue moon thing. This was a regular thing that they were doing.
On a regular. And it's crazy. Like, who can have that much intimacy? Like, no, don't go away. So anyway, I mean, that's just crazy. And then, so we know, no, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna even get started on that. I'm gonna leave that alone. So anyway.
But I looked up coercion for the definition of coercion, and it says the practice of persuading someone to do something by using force or threats.
Force or threats. Okay, so I'm going to you're going to do the hotel night, or he's threatened to take the money away, paying for the. That's probably why the lawyers were coming out saying, yes, we are there. We've gotten there. Because if that's the definition in the court of law, then they've gotten there. They've got what they want, what they need.
Yeah, but then
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but then is it, as far as the hotel nights, she was being supplied with large amounts of rugs, and under the influence, you can't really, are you giving consent? Like, is that a viable consent under the influence?
So that was a conversation that came up too. And they was like, because she had woke up, she said that the night before, like when she took that stuff, she took it to not even be normal, right? And the next morning, like sometimes she wouldn't remember like what happened. She didn't want to remember what happened. She didn't, so how can you, if you're not in your right state of mind? I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do that. I don't know how they're gonna do that. because she did it. She was there because she wanted to please him. So she chose to go do that so she could please her man. Well, who she thought was her man. So it's almost like she's agreeing. I mean, she agreed to do it. She wasn't physically abused, like, and made to do it in that way. The only thing she was threatened maybe to do, she was threatened to do it for sure, and not threatened physically, but threatened with things to take away, like a roof over her head and her child's head. So I don't know. It depends on how they look at it.
Yeah, because I just was wondering because of the fact that it's a large amount of things, substances, she's under the influence. Like, she couldn't do it if she wasn't under the influence. Is that like legal consent?
Good question. I wish that's why we got to get a lawyer on here for the questions that we have. Everything is about life choices. And she, she was making the choice. If we're being honest here, she was making the choice to do the stuff, not because she wanted to do that, but because she chose to do it because she wanted to be with him. She wanted her time with him. So she chose to go ahead. Let me go on and do this. And she said, I would go ahead and do it. And I would try to hurry up and get it done. So how would you hurry up and try to get it done? She said she would take the stuff, she would do foreplay with him and just kind of hurry up. And then he would say, oh, hold on. You're going too fast. Slow down. Just slow down. But yeah, it is. You know, it's a choice. Because for me, Harlem, if she didn't want to do it no more, she got tired of doing it, just go back on OnlyFans or whatever she was talking about to make that money to maintain your household, right? If that's what she wanted to do in the first place,
Right.
of course, but you can't make them drink it. That's a fact, Willie. That's a whole fact. It's a lot of questions, and at the end of the day, it's all going to determine what the jury decides. What are they thinking? Because all it's going to take is one to be like, nope, I ain't with it. I don't agree with it. And then that's a mistrial. Is it possible that there could be, like, is it highly possible that there could be one that is like, I ain't there? Yeah, because look at all the different opinions that everybody has.
Yeah.
So, no, this is going to be, it'll be interesting to see how this is going to turn out.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Let me see.
And did you see where he asked the sketch artist to not draw him looking like a koala bear?
Who did?
Puffy.
How no, how did you do that?
He spoke to the sketch artist and he asked her not to have him looking so much like a koala bear.
He actually talked to her?
Yes.
A koala bear?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So I was listening to Tisa earlier, and she reminded me that I don't know if you know Rotten Mango. She's a YouTuber too. She's Asian.
Uh-huh.
She says that Rotten Mango had mentioned to her, and she had said it on her live, that his gray hair and how they have him dressed in the sweater makes him look like a koala bear. So are they like listening to Rotten Mango, and did they hear her say that for him to go back to say it to the sketch artist?
Hey, they said they are listening. And if she got a big following, I think that it's the bigger platforms that they're listening to.
Yeah,
And
she has a big following.
if she has a big following, they probably are listening. And the judge told her lawyer, told Jane's lawyer, whoever you find, whatever information you find, take to the marshals and we will handle it however you guys want to handle it. You better be careful. But that is funny. So how did he even, I didn't think he could talk to anybody in the courts. I mean, while he's in court.
Yeah, well, he spoke to her.
Oh, wait, that's Diddy, though. Excuse me. I'm sorry. He can talk.
Yeah.
He
He
can
not
talk.
supposed to talk to the sketch artist.
No, that's what I'm saying. How did he get to the sketch artist?
He not supposed to talk to her.
What the heck are you doing? So, who is this? So NBC News. It says what to know about the ex trafficking trial. So the former girlfriend of Combs, identified by the pseudonym Jane, returned to the stand today and broke down in sobs as she described encounters with her ex-partners during alleged hotel nights that she said could go on for multiple rounds. The details of the hotel nights are nearly identical to what Combs' former girlfriend, Kathy Ventura, referred to as freak-offs. It was. They just called it something different. They just called it something different. And I think the other difference is he wasn't jumping on her like he was Kathy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I say I think he had toned it down some by, now.
Oh, dang. Oh, there it goes. Mine, it looked like the internet was kicked out. And then it says Jane was asked what protection she and entertainers used during hotel nights and said they used none because Combs did not want it. Amid the hotel sessions, Jane said she got urinary tract and yeast infections almost every week. Excuse me. And that she had to take antibiotics for constant pain. It ain't worth it. Just ain't worth it. Combs faces 5 criminal counts, 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of ex-trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs has denied the allegation, voicefully denied the allegations. Shout out to NBC for sharing that recap. So, Willie, do you believe, you're saying you believe it is, you believe it's going to be a mistrial, that there'll be one that'll just not agree? Is that what you're saying? Let's see if it's anything else they have. Sean Diddy Combs trial week, hotel video payment. Okay, we talked about that. So it is slated that Jane will be back on the stand come Monday, and they're talking about for most of the week. I'm confused by that. What else can she tell us? How much more do they need to know from her? Because I mean, it's sounding like this whole thing is just like they said just now that I read. It's sounding like another Cassie situation minus the brutal beating. That's all.
So they have to finish the direct, and then the defense would do cross-examine, and then if they have to redirect. So I'm hoping that she's not there the rest of the week, because I thought the prosecution was resting. They were going to rest next week, Friday.
Yeah, so I did too. I thought this coming week, this next week would be their last week. So whenever I heard that, I was like, that just cannot be. They just cannot be if they have other witnesses to take the stand. They can't. They just can't. You can't keep her till Thursday.
Yeah, because then that means that they're going to go into the next week, the prosecution, because they have more witnesses that need to come out.
Yep. So AP News said that Sean Diddy Combs' recent ex-girlfriend testifying under the name Jane was back on the witness stand Friday describing their mini rug-fueled ex-marathons. She said Combs ignored her when she signaled that she wanted to stop and chided her for crying after one of the encounters. Like that's whenever it was with Paul, and he said that she embarrassed him in front of Paul, and she owes Paul an apology because that was embarrassing. It's crazy. It says the key moments from the trial. Judge threatened to kick Combs out of the court. We already knew about that. One witness says Combs dangled her off a balcony, which was Bana. Ex-assistant testifies Combs used violence to get his way. Combs' former personal assistant testified last week that the hip-hop mogul actually assaulted her, threw her into the swimming pool, dumped a bucket of ice on her, and slammed the door. That was Mia. Jane will return to the witness stand on Monday when prosecutor Maureen Comey will resume her questioning. Combs' lawyers have not yet had a chance to question her. Dang, so she might be a couple of days next week.
Yeah,
Jane?
because they still have to call. It's another assistant, James Cruz. It's the chef, KK, and then the doctor is coming back. And I think D-Rock should get subpoenaed as well.
I think so too. And Simone she consistently says like you got to bring somebody from security on. Like you got to have a security guard to come on and say something. She said that would be in if they were doing things right in order to help themselves, they would bring on a security guard. And then they said Jane said Combs used his money to try to get what he wanted from her. So in August of 2023, the text message he wrote said this: "Look at the roof over your head and that pretty smile," referencing the rent arrangements and some dental work he paid for her. He didn't like her teeth, so he made her get dental work. He made her get a
right.
Yeah. Jane said Combs had been paying her rent since she moved into the home in April of 2023. Despite their breakup and arrest, he still continued to pay her rent. After Combs went to celebrating, thank y'all for being here. Hello, everybody. Tell me hi when you come in. If you will, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We're on our way to 10K. We appreciate it. After Combs went from celebrating her birthday to taking another woman on a trip to the Caribbean, Jane called him a pathological liar and said, "I can't get this image of you lying to my face out of my mind." Jane told Combs that by dating him, she had deprived herself of romance, love, travel, and meaningful connections. "This is about you finally treating me as a human being," she wrote. Jane said Combs told her he'd make it up to her by taking her to Turks and Caicos. Jane desperately wanted alone time with Combs. She said, but before they left, he made her engage in yet another hotel night, which we knew that. When they got to their archipelago, Jane said she was happy at first, but then Combs brought in Paul and yet another hotel night. And then the lawyers asked Judge to crack down on people who are trying to reveal Jane's identity, which that's what we were just talking about earlier on. Jane's lawyer, Lindsay Lewis, spoke up during the break in testimony while the jury was out of the courtroom. She said some media outlets and social media accounts have or are attempting to reveal Jane's identity. Judge Aaron Subramanian said, Judge Aaron Subramanian didn't immediately act on Lewis's request. He asked her to send him an example of concerning posts. So he just didn't take her word. He wanted to see the proof of what she was talking about. He also noted that there's little he can do about members of the public doing their own sleuthing to figure out Jane's identity based on what she said on the witness stand. Oh, did you hear that?
Say that again.
Yeah, he said Judge Subramaniam noted that there's little he can do about members of the public doing their own sleuthing to figure out Jane's identity based on what she has said on the witness stand. The judge previously warned reporters and members of the public observing the trial not to describe Jane in details. So what he's saying is that the public, if the public goes out there and start doing their little stuff and figuring out from what she's telling them and taking information from what she's saying on the stand and then matching it up with what they're, combing through the details of information they're finding, and they go find her, there's nothing really he can do about it, is what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, people can do their own research if they want to find out who she is.
Yeah.
I think that's just not important to me to do or to find out. Which, I mean, if you know and if you follow him at any point, you probably know who it is anyway. So that's that.
Right.
Right. So they said Jane was heartbroken when Combs flew to the Caribbean with another woman, which we know who that other woman is. Soon after co-opting her birthday into a hotel night in 2023, Combs jetted off to Turks and Caicos with another woman, Jane said. And we know who that is. Now, let me say this about this young lady that we know about. We can say it, and I think it's Young Miami. I don't think that Young Miami, I agree when they say she don't care about no girlfriend, boyfriend stuff, right? She basically, like, whatever he wanted to do for her, he was doing it. But Puff was telling Jane that this young lady, whoever the girlfriend was, which I think is not Young Miami, that this was just a business thing and she was spending money on him. But didn't he buy her a car? Didn't he?
He did a lot of stuff for Young Miami because she got the her show is on the Revolt channel. He took her shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember it was a video, they went shopping and she came out the store with all these bags and whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it wasn't that she didn't ask 50. It was not really. I have to remove that other comment about who Jane is. But it wasn't like she ain't asked 50 Cent to buy her teeth. Well, no, he said, why didn't she ask 50 Cent to buy her teeth? Lord. Puff made her get the teeth because they said she said he didn't like her smile. He didn't like what her teeth looked like. And he just, okay. It's important for, man, I gotta look. It's important for the so-called fake witness to report to the cops so that way it will be facts to back up their claim. It's just hearsay. I agree with that. And then they say they're afraid to call the police and report it, so that's why they didn't call. And then if what we found out, if what we know is true about Mr. Muhammad, they could have called the police anyway. And he had a connection though to law enforcement that he could have got away, allegedly, that he could have got away with it anyway, even if they would have told, even if they would have called, he would have got away with it. That's my 2 cents. Allegedly. I gotta get rid of that. Okay. Yeah, we gonna stick to Jane. That's who we know her, and I'm not doing no research to find out who she is at this point. At the end of everything, at the end of the day, at the end of the trial, when this man has been sentenced or found not guilty, then everybody gonna know who everybody is, and it's gonna be splattered all over the place. That's what I think. I don't think that somebody can go into a court of law, especially when it's a high profile case as this, and say, I want to remain unknown. I don't want nobody to know who I am. It's going to be found out. The moment you walk through that door, people are going to know who it is. So anyway, that's that on that. If not was the case, well, I mean, if that was the case, he wouldn't have been. That's true. So I'm saying, I mean, how I'm looking at this connection, that if what they say is true about this man having connection to get him off on things years ago, this was years ago. Like recently, it wasn't gonna fly with them in 2025, 2024 to get him off. He was gonna go to jail. Like it ain't the way things was happening back then, it ain't going down like that now. So he was gonna be arrested regardless if he's found guilty or not. They were not gonna stop until they got him. That's my opinion. That's just what I think. What else we got, Harlem? So we did the recap of today. We know that next week, let's see who else. Well, if she's going to be on the stand all that time, because if the defense have not already been able to cross her, how long are they going to take? So, and this is supposed to be the last week. I don't know how that's going to work. Who is expected?
Yeah, because the defense has a tendency to, drag things out with questions that make no sense whatsoever.
Yep.
So she went on the stand yesterday, right? So Thursday, Friday, Monday, that's 3 days.
That's 3 days.
So hopefully Monday, the prosecution is finished with her so that the defense can take over. And that'll be hopefully 2 days, maybe
2 days, which is Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know. That's cutting it close.
Yeah, that's why I say I think the prosecution is going to go into the next week. And, the defense will be taking over the following week.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready. I think I'm ready for the defense. If you're not going to bring KK on the prosecution, let's just move along, because now this is the same. But now this is the last victim witness. So there were 4, right? And is that right? 4?
Yeah, it was 4. Because number 3 never showed up.
Didn't show up. So number 4, yeah. And I think because number 3 didn't show up is the reason why they said we don't need that much time now, because she wasn't going to be here. But it's still lingering on, though. It's still lingering on. They may have to go a little longer. They've been investigating Diddy and saying, yeah, my point, Willie. So if they have been doing it and he hadn't been arrested, don't you think that he's been getting away with some things?
Puff got away with a lot of things.
He got away with a lot of things over these years since the 90s. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, he got away with a lot of things, and things got swept under the rug. because he was who he was and he was able to pay people off and what have you. So,
It's a
yeah.
fact. It's a fact. And now it's just all caught up with him. It's his time to sit in front of the judge like you're doing, and we'll see what the outcome is going to be. But I think that that's the reason it took so long, because it was swept under the rug. He get paid. He was a boss. You know, he's a billionaire. He had power, that kind of power, to persuade people to do, you know, what he needed them to do, whatever that looked like. Thank y'all for being here. Like, thank you for coming in. If on your way in, if you will hit the like, that keeps us in the algorithm. I appreciate y'all being here. It's a little late, but we here. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We would appreciate that. And also, our membership is open. So if you want to become a member to get our exclusive perks, come on in. You're welcome. Let me see. Let me move that. No, because I think it's racist and jealousy. You think it's racist and jealousy because he's on the stand today, and they're trying to, you feel like they're trying to take him down because of racism? Because like from the 90s to today is a long time for him to have gotten away with a lot of stuff. And now it just caught up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you thinking, Willie?
Why Willie don't hit the link?
I want you to hit that link, Willie. Come talk to us. Come talk to us. Because we love the debate. You think it's all, so from 90 to today, the 90s to 2025, you think this is all based on race, and that's why he's sitting in the court today, because of racism. Do you not want to hit the link, Willie Frazier? You don't have to show your face. So, what do you say? Because there's this hip hop cop that is real in NYC. What does that mean, Willie? Help me. The link, we got it. I'll put it back out there. Here it is, right here. The hip hop cop is crooked. Okay. There's the link. Who's the hip hop cop, y'all?
It's a police officer in New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's been around for some years, but they've always said that he was crooked. So I wouldn't believe and trust anything that he says.
Okay, gotcha. You see it, Willie? It's right under there. I put it in the chat. Just click on it. I think Montana left us tonight.
No, he right there.
Oh,
I thought he left too.
Oh, there he is. There he is. You find it? They target young, successful black art. Oh. Well, I mean, I see that. I can see that happening. I see that happening in the Midwest here. I see that happening on the West Coast. Yeah. Look right above. Yeah. Right above your comment. Let's see if I can get what Simone is saying today.
Well, she did say when they took the break, she, like you say, that she's mentioned before that somebody from security, but she said there's a text message thread that's between Diddy, KK, and D-Rock.
Yes.
And she feels that one or both of them need to be testifying because the text message thread It talks a lot. It feeds into the RICO.
And she said, and what the problem is that they're talking about, or they're battling with the fact that, oh, you left. I was going to click you in. They're battling with the fact that they're trying to, the prosecution want it to be brought into evidence, and the defense is like, no, that's not, we're not. So they're like going back and forth about bringing that text message thread into evidence, into the, and I don't know if they came to a conclusion yet, but I feel like that it should. Where'd you go, Willie? I feel like it should. It's relevant to the case.
Yeah.
So why not? Just like the defense brought those pictures in there, didn't follow protocol. People didn't target Black success. Them people be having weird secret fetishes, and it all catches up with them. This is good conversation. This is good.
Yeah, because that thing with Puff, that is insane. That's insane. I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it in Harlem. I'm like, what? What the what? Willie didn't come. He was down there, and then when I went to click him in, it went away. That's funny. So there's a couple of lawyers that I'm gonna reach out to this week, and see if they'll come on the show. Harlem, if you know of anybody I can reach out to, let me know. I'll reach out to them. Okay. And all I can say is no or don't respond, right? But a lot of people are willing. They're willing to come on. It's a matter of reaching out to them. So they love giving their opinions. I wish I could get Simone to come on. I wish she would.
Yeah, she in New York covering the trial. So
she is. I'm not mad. I was like, ooh, I should just go for just one day, one good day. But I'm like, I'm good. When I be seeing the mess, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. But I would love to at least like show up one day. We can talk about it. Well, then come on up here, Montana and Willie, and let's talk about it.
He said people don't target them. They use their money to manipulate and control people. True. They do.
Oh, here we go. Yep, they do. Hey, Willie, can you hear us? Can't hear you. No, it seems like you're in a tunnel or something.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that was a little better.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Harlem, can you hear him?
Yeah.
All right. Montana, you coming?
Can y'all hear me good?
Yep, we can hear you good.
Okay, let me say, it's a lot of things a lot of people don't know what's really going on. When I'm talking about the hip hop cop thing, that's been going on since the 90s, right? They target a lot of Black successful people in New York, especially New York, but they target everybody else as well. And can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me in the audio?
We can hear you. I can.
Okay. Yeah. I got my volume up too. No, this been going on for a long time. A lot of people may not know about it. Everybody know about it. They've been a target for the people like famous people like Jay-Z and all of them. Everybody that's probably from New York, and even people that come to New York. They've been targets for the longest, and a lot of people may not know about it. They've been targeting a lot of successful Black people for a reason. I don't know. That guy named Derek Bell, I think she just mentioned it too. Derek Bell is a guy who was there when he arrested Diddy and J-Lo when they had that shootout at that club. And ever since then, he been targeting Diddy. And I think what it is that, yeah, since the early 90s, they've been on his ass.
Uh-huh.
I think what they do is they want to see, they'll follow you, inspire you until you mess up. Like, say
Yeah.
for instance, like people that may be working for Diddy or any other artist, they may be like FBI informant. How can I say that? A snitch. That too. They can be snitches where they go back and tell the police or whatever what's really going on, and they deliver the information. And that's how they built their case. Now we all know they may not get them right then and there, but as time goes on, as long as they're around them and everything, they go to parties, they follow them. It's kind of like TMZ, and they report that, and that's how they get most of their information. And the people that may be working for the artist go back and tell the government or the feds or whatever, and tell them what's going on. Because it'd be impossible for anybody to really follow them like that. They spy on them. I think they got to have people that's like an informant.
Mm-hmm. Do you? Oh, go ahead.
No, and what I'm saying, actually, this is what I heard that they've been out to Diddy for like since the 90s. It's a little bit more to it, a little more complex than what people really think. That
Do you? Really,
all that. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I'm sorry, but do you really, at this point, I'm talking about currently today, do you really believe that he's innocent and should not be convicted?
I'm gonna keep it real. I think he should do some time for the violence that he did to Cassie. I do. I think he shouldn't get no more than 10 years. No, put like that. I say about less than 5 years. Because no, go ahead.
But because I was just gonna say but he's not charged with domestic violence. He's charged with,
and that's the right. But I'm saying as far as that's what I'm saying, because everybody's saying this. They can't find it's almost like they're trying to find something. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of like somebody's doing something they just can't give up. They got to keep anything to come up with. I'm not excusing what he did to Cassie. I'm not none of that. She's a beautiful girl. I'm not excusing none of the violence. My thing, I like fair justice. I don't like unfair justice. I don't like that shit. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah, you're fine.
I don't think anybody don't. I think anybody don't, because what happened is a lot of innocent black people, and I'm gonna say black because a lot of people that's been in jail, and when you find out a long time ago, next thing you know, they out of jail for 20-something plus years. Oh my God! And then they found out it wasn't true. I don't like that. I'm all for fair justice. I'm not. Maybe I'm talking. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk. I want to talk.
Yeah, I'm with that too. It's just like I said. Like whatever Diddy is guilty of doing that he actually did to people, then he should do time for that. But
I mean, of course,
whatever they're setting him up and he really didn't do it, I don't think nobody should be charged. Should go do time for something.
But here's the thing, though. Right, but here's the thing. I'm all for justice. I'm not against beating women. I'm not against that.
You're not against what?
Huh?
What'd you say? You're not against what?
No, I'm not for people who getting unjust. I'm for if women. I'm for anybody who gets justice. Like, say for instance, like for Cassie or whatever. If a woman, only if I'm all about if it's true. I'm not here for the hearsay, because I feel like you being con. I'm for justice as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm not for injustice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I am totally against if women get mistreated. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with women who get beat and all that kind of stuff. If he did that, I do think he should do some time for the cash thing. That I do. But what I'm saying is, because one thing about me, I'm the type of person I like to figure out what makes sense, what don't make sense.
Right.
It's almost like I sit down and I think about it. Like, okay, it's like a puzzle. It's almost like how you put this together and you want to figure it out. What makes sense, what don't make sense. You have to be
Right.
10 steps. You have to be 10 steps of the person that you figure out that's telling you something. You want to figure it out yourself. You don't want to just hear what somebody tell you. And I think that's how lawyers work. They don't just come out with anything. That's why they be so good at what they do, because it's almost like they really do they focus on how they're going to figure out. It's all about your mindset. It's like your brain. You know what I'm saying? That's how the brain works. You know, and it works like any type of way. Like, say for instance, like if you was in a situation and somebody try to hurt you, or you figure out somebody gonna try to kill you, you would try to find a way to be alive. That's how the brain works. I don't want to be too, but I'm just saying
You about to bump your head, Willie, ain't it?
it's all about what you say.
I said, you about to bump your damn head.
Nah, but it's all
Hey,
about.
y'all,
It's all.
before you move on, shout out to Harlem. She has gifted a membership. So if you get a membership from Harlem, please don't forget to tell her thank you. She gifted somebody a
Okay.
membership. We don't
Okay.
manage it. So YouTube just gives the membership to whoever. So whoever gets it, don't forget to thank Harlem for it. Okay, let's
Oh,
continue the conversation.
okay. All right. No, I mean, I'm all for justice. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I roll. You know, I'm just not the type of person that just go along with anybody saying anything. Because if they get an immunity, if they getting that, it's almost like they could just say anything. You don't. And when I mentioned that, it'd be so much better, so much helpful for a woman to call the police, and because you will have that to back that up. You will have to. It won't be no hearsay, because all you got is really your word. If they just call the police and they have it in the report, it's so much better. It makes a lot of sense. Have it there, and that way you can prove your point instead of just people saying, "Oh, she's lying," and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It just be so much easier to back up.
I can ask you a question. I can ask you a question, Willie.
Go ahead, man.
And this is an honest answer. If you had, say for instance, if you had $300 million and women was doing that to you, you could tell a woman to do this and do that, and she was doing that willingly, and you enjoying it and she enjoying it. Would you be enjoying it if you had that type of money? Would you? Because that's what type of with men, when they had that type of money, that's what they do.
And guess what? I don't think it doesn't matter if you have money or not. People do enjoy it anyway. So it's like it's a no-win situation whether you have money or not. People do it who don't have $300 million.
You got you
Correct?
got you got the average Willie. You got the average street guy with $5,000 or $6,000 in his pocket trying to do the same thing.
That's facts. That's facts.
So imagine a man with 300 million.
That's facts. And at the end of the day, guess what? Like I was telling her, you know, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it. No matter, and there's no way to get around it, because as an adult, it's just no way around it.
And
People
it-
do what they want to do.
and then as an average black
There's
man,
no argument about it. Go ahead.
as an average black man, we all think it's fun and games till charges come.
Well, that's a fact too. I'm all, like I said before, I'm all for justice. I'm not with the injustice. That's a
I'm not
difference.
Right.
with injustice. I'm not with the injustice either.
Because
Like
A reason why
I'm tired of seeing black men. Did y'all damn, hold on, let me talk, I'm talking so fast and shit. I'm tired of I'm gonna say black people in general. I'm so tired of seeing women, men of our culture being in jail, and I'm gonna say probably any color, to be honest with you, because it's only fair, it's only right. I'm tired of people. I've been seeing it too much. I'm tired of seeing people going to jail, coming out 20, 30 years later, and then they end up found out it wasn't them. It
yeah,
gotta stop. It gotta stop.
yeah,
And
that's it.
then they
So
disrespect coming in with these low ball amount of money they want to give them. You know what I'm saying? What we give them $15,000, and you supposed to be okay with that?
I'm like,
I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? And that's not cool.
so
But Now go ahead. I'm talking too much. Go ahead.
It's okay. But so, Willie, you said that you believe that this is going to end in a mistrial. I wanted to hear why you think that.
I didn't say mistrial. I think it's going to be one person that's going to probably disagree. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay.
And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm just assuming. I could be wrong, but I seriously doubt it. And you know what's crazy though? When they were talking about how Diddy was looking at the jurors,
Mhm.
and it's a young juror on there. I think in the early 30s. If I'm correct, about what 30 years old.
Yes.
And it's black men and black women and white too, right?
Yes.
Who knows if it could be that 30-year-old? Like, you know what? I'm a Diddy fan. He looked at him and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna
Could.
get you up."
Could.
Just
Could.
saying. You would.
Hey,
I would not put it past.
anything goes. It could happen.
That's a fact. And you got to remember, like, not saying everybody gonna like him like that, but see, and then you got the other people. I think the other people's a little bit more older than him, and also what y'all need to remember. Guess what? There are 6 white women against 1 black guy. Think about that. A Marine Comey is James Comey daughter.
Yeah.
Listen, James Comey. I think he's any he a Republican. No, he a Democrat. I think. Trump. You know what?
I don't know. Is he? He's Republican, ain't he?
I don't know. I think he. I'm not for sure.
I'm about
Let
Who
me
a
to
tell
find
you
out.
something.
Republican?
He
Who a
Republican.
Republican? Who?
Jim Comey.
I don't even know who that
Trump.
is.
I'm about to find out.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, Trump. He just did some stuff, some shiesty shit to Trump that he do not like, and they had to subpoena him and shit in Congress. He do not like him, and if he find out that his daughter is the lead, oh, it's a game changer. They do not like the company. The Republicans do not like him. They don't.
Oh,
You can look that up.
he's changing from Republican to Democrat.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought he was. Well,
He's a former FBI. He's a former FBI director.
right. Because it's something because I think he tried to put Trump away, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I think he did. And that once he did that, or he might have said something, it set it all off. And it's been like this for a minute. Probably last time he ran for office and shit. Not the first time he ran for office. Ever since then, they do not like each other. And recently, it was in the news. I don't know if y'all seen it. He wrote something. He was somewhere on the beach. He wrote something about Trump dying or something. He want to kill. It was something crazy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he do not like that. Go ahead.
Did you see where I don't know if y'all look at politics, but Elon and Trump are at it now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All these people lost their jobs. Got all these people fired. Now it's a bad situation in the White House, and now they're at odds.
But see, and they were saying that Trump a type of person, he can forgive you, and they may end up kissing makeup and all that kind of stuff. That's possible because it's nothing worse,
But
nothing
Willie,
better.
they had that was being going on. But because listen, you remember when the shorts that was all across YouTube and social media with Elon Musk's little boy X was in the Oval Office and he kept saying that slick stuff to Trump. How you think he know to say that? Because his daddy, he heard his daddy say that, and he would just repeat what his daddy said. So that was being going on.
He was letting it happen.
Yep.
Crazy.
And like I was saying though, it's 6 women that's well, again, it's 6 white women. That's really kind of like, you know what I mean? Like you got to look at it funny, like yeah. And you know one thing about New York though, and they do some really really shiesty shit as far as law enforcement. The law and stuff. Their laws and New York is different. New York and I believe it's kind of racist. I'm gonna be honest because you got the Italians, you got the You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to generalize, but the way they move, it makes you think like, yeah, they kind of real grimy out there.
Yeah.
And I don't think they like Diddy. I don't. At first, I think they don't like him because one, he's black. Two, he's a billionaire. Millionaire. Not saying making up no excuse, but I think that can be part of it because they come out to everybody. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah,
do.
but
I mean,
here's where I'm gonna debate you on that because Diddy was out here doing a lot.
but see,
A
everybody
lot.
keeps saying a lot. But what is the a lot though? I keep hearing. Only thing I'm hearing about is maybe the violence. Where is the other stuff? And you know, and remember when they talking about
He
first when they
held people's careers. He wouldn't pass. He would promise people careers that never would. He would never put them on. He would never follow through what he said. He would send them home. He was making people walk over the bridge. He was mean to people. He was taking
you know
from
what
people.
that is, and you know what that's probably. It's kind of like artist development. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's almost like I don't want to say is like okay if you want this job do this right. It's not. I don't think it's that. I think it was just teaching them lessons of how if you really want this bad and artist development.
They ain't how it work, Willie.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
ain't how
But
it
what I'm
work.
saying is
It's
that
not
like
artist development.
no. And the people is like say like instance for Danny Kane when he was talking about how she was dressed in the music industry. You have images, everything. You have to be a certain way, and that's all in it. You know what I mean? Not everybody gonna get a pass when it comes to that. That's why it was almost like okay. That's why you see certain labels. They be like, "Well, you need to look like this. You got to dress like this. You should sing like this." That's part of the game. It's not
Come on.
being mean. Maybe it's about how he said it, not what he said.
So what about the City College incident where he
That's,
oversold the auditorium and caused the
yeah, but how
stampede
you
and
gonna blame
caused those
how you
six
gonna blame
people
an
to
incident
die?
on something else? How you gonna blame an incident on something like that? He ain't no carrier, nobody like that. Moving
He
stuff with
oversold the
telling police.
auditorium. He oversold it.
I mean,
Knowing what the capacity was supposed to be,
you can
fire
oversold
marshal,
in the
he
Coliseum and
still
the stadium. What
oversold.
difference is that gonna be?
Say it again.
How's that gonna be somebody's fault? That's like saying
Because
Beyonce oversold. Go ahead.
because you cannot go over what the fire marshal what the limit is, and he knew that he was going over
Okay,
board.
then that's different. If
You
you
can't.
knew,
You
I didn't
can't.
know about it.
You have to know when you get there's a capacity level. You can't go past the capacity level. It's and then kept selling, kept selling, kept selling. That was. I, come on, Willie.
Well, I didn't know that part. Now, if you knew, then that's a different story.
So what about when he went in Steve Stout's office with his
Oh yeah.
goons with
Now,
baseball bats?
What about his
uh, uh,
son's football
That was
coach?
artist development.
no, Steve was already a person that was really like a manager and having like artists and stuff. He was with Nas at one point. No, I know what you're talking about. That incident. It was sort of like the religion thing that when they did that video of him and Nas, and he didn't like that because he felt like it
Yeah.
depicted his religion. Yeah, his religion with God. Yeah, and he didn't play that. Um,
And what about when he threatened Kirk Burroughs out of his 25% of Bad Boy Company, Bad Boy Records?
Come
I heard
on.
about that. I don't know.
What about when he attacked Justin's football coach with the
Oh
kettlebell?
yeah.
What
Now
about
okay
when he
now.
went to the college?
What about the shooting at the club with J Lo and Sean? He had Sean serve his time.
Now is every now
Is
that
this
right
all
there?
artist development? Because you
No,
saying that they
no.
talk about a lot of stuff that he did. That's a lot of stuff that he did.
I'm talking
And what
about
about when he went to that college and did that girl like he did on that college campus?
On
I
Howard
don't know nothing about
University
it.
campus.
Yeah, but that's hearsay though.
That's not hearsay because I know people that went to
Where's the
Howard with
receipt?
him.
Where's the
That's not
receipt?
hearsay.
Where's the receipts? How you gonna really know? I can tell you anything.
You
Where's
can
the
talk to
receipt?
Carl Payne that played Cockroach. Carl
People
Payne will
were
tell you about his behavior on the
Okay,
campus because I know
okay.
Carl.
Okay.
So
What
it's
would you say?
receipts.
Well, if you got the receipts, then it's a whole nother story. But if you just saying anything, I mean, because anybody can tell you anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Willie,
all
you
about
see my
receipts.
name. My name is Harlem, New York. Trust me, I got receipts. I
Oh,
know people that know people.
yeah. Okay. But when oh, you were saying you was she was saying something about the artist that what were you saying their career was messing up with? Is that what you said?
Me?
Yeah, you were saying how his artist was
Yeah, I was just saying, let's just say Cassie. He made her sign a 10 album deal. The regular, the norm is only 6 albums. He made her sign a 10 album deal and only one drop. None of the rest of them dropped. None of them made. And then he made her put music out and give it out for free. And it was like hitting top 10. It was number 1, and she never made a dime on it. He never,
well,
never made. He had the power to put her on. She was in the running with Beyonce when Beyonce was at that level at that time, and he didn't give her that opportunity. He made her do freak offs instead of what they was really there for, and that was really there for to work and make her career. She fired her previous management to be on Diddy's team because of what he told her he could do for her career, and he never did it.
right, because she did release one album, right?
1 out of 10.
I mean, how did that album do? Though? Did it do any good?
It did. That was maybe the only one that did good. That did good.
Hey
Damn.
Willie, we
But
get that you
Cassie
a
is
Diddy
not the
fan.
only one that he had sitting
I'm
there,
trying to
though.
tell you, it's not just Cassie.
Hey Willie, we get that you a Diddy fan.
Nah, ain't about that. Nope. Look,
Die
I'm
hard.
anybody fan. I'm for anybody who don't get justice. They ain't got nothing to do. I don't worship no celebrities. Nah, that's how I roll. But okay, I get that point. Well, I mean, maybe he should have put out another album, for her, but
That
I don't
was
know
the
what was up
contract.
with that.
He was supposed. So it was a lot of stuff. He did stuff because he could. What about him? So what about him being at Kid Cudi's house in the black truck, and they knew it because his license plate came back to Bad Boy Entertainment? What you doing in that man's house?
Yeah, but Kid Cudi said he didn't know who was in his house, right? Didn't he say
What
he didn't
Kid
know
could have told you?
He
did,
said,
did he allegedly, right? Is that what he said? That's a difference. You either
"Well,
know or you don't know.
what about whenever Don Richard was sitting out there watching him
Oh,
go in the man's house?"
Don,
Hey,
Don,
Willie,
you talking
that
about
one
Don Richard?
juror,
Is that what his
Willie
name
gonna be that one juror that say not guilty.
He's
is?
that. He's
I probably will. You never know. You talking about Don from Danity Kane?
that.
Don, you talking about Don Richards? That what's
She
her
was
name?
there.
I don't believe Don was there. I don't believe Don was not
Willie.
around. Like, I listen, Don is full of shit. You know what I'm saying? They already done caught her lies. So, yeah. I think what it is, Don's career was over already before he even started. She just got mad at she probably didn't make no money off of the little records that they sell. Probably didn't do much, but then they got mad. And most of them probably was like, damn, our records ain't doing nothing but shit. We mad. We want to get paid. You got to sell records. That's a business.
Oh, it's funny.
If you ain't selling no
I
records,
mean,
you ain't making no money. Facts. That's real
I
talk.
mean, records really don't sell no more. Nobody don't even make records no more.
Exactly. Not at all.
If you want to listen to it on YouTube or whatever, that's how they make their
Yeah.
money off shows and YouTube and social media.
Yeah.
Right. I really
Hey.
wish you go back to those
That's
days
why I
though,
was
but
telling you when you were talking about labels be having them, telling them they got to have a certain dress code. Right now, if Rihanna take a picture with a bikini and a bra on, the internet will go stupid. As soon as she
yeah.
make a drop, make a new song, it got over a million views in one day.
Yep.
Well, actually, I think that's how they did Rihanna. I think when Rihanna came in, I think they had her like, okay, because we all know images, everything, especially when it comes to artists. And they had to say, okay, well, you need to look this certain way because you don't want to go on TV and look bad. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like, that's like somebody, shit, 300 pounds. And you know what I'm saying? They're not going to get the exposure that they need to have because it's all about making money. And they have to make their money. And if you want to be an artist, that's part of the game. There are artists who have to look a certain way. You got to look good. You have to be pretty. You have to dress nice. You gonna see somebody on TV looking raggedy, and if you do, they caught them off guard going out somewhere out of nowhere.
Just like you got some artists, they'll make up lies for the internet,
Yeah,
just just for
hmm
views.
that's a fact. Yep.
Yeah, them and another artist, they'll run a whole play together, and they have us fool
Yep.
like they beefing, and the whole time they homeboys.
Yep,
Hell yeah.
that's
That's a
true.
Just like the same thing with politics. Same thing with politics. You saw you sway Kamala can't stand Trump or Barack can't stand Trump, but when you saw him at Jimmy Carter funeral, what they all was doing, sitting together,
they
laughing,
was
hee
all
and
together.
talking
Yeah.
like nothing happened.
Uh-huh. Yep. They had to come together. I think it was only
All
right.
that
You know
just
what
for
I'm saying?
goddamn on clicks and views, man.
Yep, it's
Uh-huh.
true. Clicks and views.
That's how.
That's right.
That's how they end.
That's what's selling right now, content.
The truth.
Exactly. Yep.
That's a
See
fact.
back
That's
then,
just fun.
see back then we started. See, we didn't know how valuable content was in our era. See, when we was growing up, we never knew nothing about content selling. The
Hmm.
COVID-19 what made content popping because everybody was home and had nothing to do but make content.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. That's a
That's true.
fact.
That is so
Now
true.
you seeing a lot of now you see a lot of black people that became millionaires just off of content,
Yep.
just from COVID.
And another thing I want to address too. Here's the thing. Um, I think that I'm the type of person I believe in seconds. And it really depends on what it is. I'm the type of person I believe in second chances because I feel
No, and no
if
second chance for that. No.
no. I
Would
say
you
it
have thought the
depends.
same way if it was your child?
It no, I wouldn't. It depends. I'm gonna go back to it
I'm good
again.
night. Good night.
I
If that
need
was
to
my
have.
child, I'd kill that nigga.
Hey, exactly.
And that's what any parent, any father would have did.
Now, I mean, as far as the Cassie thing, I'm not with that. Um, but the other stuff is like,
So if she was your daughter, what would you do in that situation? Any father would have did.
he had to see me. He had to see me.
Okay.
Now, again, uh, okay, what happened is wrong. We all admit that. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is. Now it was wrong what he did.
It was
It was wrong.
wrong.
Ain't nothing that can justify for that. Don't nobody deserve that. I don't
That's a
care.
fact.
You walk away or keep your hands in your
But I'm
pockets.
about to call it a night, y'all.
I'm kind of glad.
Okay.
I'm kind
Yeah,
of.
we gonna.
Oh, okay, Montana, you take care.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. Talk to you later. Yeah. So
But I'm glad that now it could be worse. She could have been killed. Thank God it didn't happen.
unalive. Watch. Be careful on the verbiage.
Okay.
Unalive. Yeah. Just
Yeah, I
because
don't know.
we just don't because we don't want to get dinged.
Okay.
But anyway, this was good conversation. I appreciate
Yeah.
you being here, Willie.
Hey,
I really do enjoy the conversation. We're
me
gonna be
too.
back here again tomorrow. We going live every night through the trial till the trial ends. We'll be here. So
What
we
what
will.
time?
So tomorrow, I
What
don't know
time you
what
going?
time, but I do post it on my post in YouTube. You can see my post, and I'll put what time I'm coming. It depends on what my day is like tomorrow, and I'll let y'all know. But it'll be in the evening time, probably around 7 or 8. Are you what coast are you? Are you on East Coast, West Coast?
I'm in
Pacific?
the East.
Yeah, so it'll be probably about 8 o'clock your time, PM.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right.
Yep.
All
Yeah.
right. Nice
Thank
talking to
you
you.
though, Willie, for coming up.
Thank you.
All right,
Good
y'all. We're gonna
night,
go.
Willie.
I
Good night.
appreciate everybody being here tonight. hit the like button, subscribe if you can. Don't forget, if you get a membership from Harlem, don't forget to thank her. Thank you, Harlem, for everything. And we'll be right back here tomorrow, y'all.
All right. Good night.
All right. Good night. Bye. Oh, I thought I ended it. The end. All right.